Hi, this is Steph Whitaker from PCT TV. I'm now joined by Dr. Diana Sims-Silbermann, who's the Senior Trial Manager, Early Development and Clinical Pharmacology at Janssen, a division of Johnson & Johnson. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
So I just want to ask you, what challenges do you see in finding suitable investigative sites?
Well, I work in early development, and our trials are first in-patient trials. So we have the problem that we have a phase 1 type protocol with intense activities, intensive PK days, Holter monitoring, many questionnaires, and we have to do this type of a trial in patients. So we need, on the one hand, a very experienced group at the site staff, the study nurses and investigators, who are able to perform phase 1 type trials. On the other hand, the site needs to be able to acquire patients for us. So that's it's a big problem, and in Germany we have identified several universities that have their own phase 1 units that are able to carry out these phase 1 type protocols, and at the same time are able to accrue patients by liaising with different departments of their university clinic.
What do you see being the biggest challenges in clinical trials today?
I think I've been doing clinical trials now actually for 15 years. I started as an investigator at a CRO, and then I went into managing them for our firm. And in this time, the way of conducting trials has changed so vastly because of the added regulatory requirements that we have to fulfill. And that makes conducting these trials extremely complicated and difficult.
Yeah. So you're constantly having to change and update your processes?
Yes, and also the need for documentation. For instance, you have to document that you documented that you documented. And it's just like a never-ending process. And somebody is always requiring a confirmation of something that you have done, and a confirmation of the confirmation.
Yeah.
And on the one hand, I can understand it. We want to make the data that we produce as transparent and as valid as possible. On the other hand, it is a tremendous task for the sponsor and also for the site conducting the trial to have to conform to all these regulations.
So it makes every process longer. Yeah. Longer. So what technologies do you see having the biggest impact on clinical trials in the near future?
Well, I think the digitalization of acquiring data, the movement of having the patient get a smartphone and be able to enter his data daily instead of having to come to the site to take a questionnaire or to report his adverse events. That's a tremendous help because these protocols often require patients who are ill to come more often than might be necessary to the site for checkups, visits that could be done then at home.
Perfect. Via the phone. It's
Yeah, or just even tracking their blood sugar, tracking their blood pressure.
Yeah.
If it was possible that they didn't have to come to the site to get this done, it would be a great improvement.
And would those results be as reliable as if they came in?
Well, this system has to be validated, yes, and that is a problem. And of course, it has to be not only validated, every data has to be uniform, so everybody has to report with the same tool.
Yeah.
So I'm not the digital freak. I'm not or expert about it, but that is the challenge that we have to get over. But still, there's a lot of things that can be done. Even just asking the patient daily, did you take your medication?
Yeah.
How do you feel? Do you have any side effects or whatever? That could be done digitally.
Perfect. Thank you.